Angeles.
Tonight we finish off Week 6 with a good Monday nighter between the Denver Broncos and the Los Angeles Chargers. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
And here's a 6-year man, Austin Ekeler.
And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and 11 now.
Herbert. Got an open man. It's Josh Palmer.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a 1st down.
Their first possession of the game, and they're already going after double coverage.
That's a nice completion that can set the tone for things to come if they're able to keep finding ways to beat what the defense is throwing at them. They look like they're confident that they can get it done.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 43.
Herbert will give this one to Ekeler.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
The Chargers at 3-2, a game over 500 here to start the season. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
From the 39, Herbert finds the open man. It's Mike Williams.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical it would be this easy. But they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
Ekeler going to get it again on 2nd down.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Herbert operating from the red zone. Working the middle here. That's complete to Everett, the tight end. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And it'll be 2nd and a couple. Ekeler now between the tackles. And he's in for a Charger touchdown.
Austin Ekeler
halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50.
And the Chargers put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead.
Hopkins with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 Justin Hopkins will kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at their own 25-yard line. Moore, the man in motion. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. So Charles... Nothing early. They opt to take a shot there on the first play of scrimmage, but that plan backfires.
That feels a little bit like last week's loss lingering into this game, doesn't it? You know, you're down 7 already. You lost last week. It's almost like they're trying to get it all back in one shot, trying to take a big chunk play right out of the gate.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, there's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick, and the Broncos are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Joey Bosa has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Well, that's an excellent way to get the pass rush activated. The first sack of the game for them comes on the first play of the drive, and it makes it very tough for the opponent to pick up a 1st down now, playing behind the sticks. And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. He'll get that complete to Albert O. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
Obviously, they didn't get everything they wanted on that completion, but they put themselves in a spot where you got to at least think about going for it. I know where we are on the field, but still, you've got to think about it, don't you?
4th down. Here's Wilson. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down. They only needed that 1 yard going for it on 4th. I got to be honest, I thought they were going to stay on the ground. They surprised me. Did they surprise you?
I'm with you on that one. I thought they'd find a way to create some type of a power run and try and pick up the 1st down, but they decided keep the ball in the hands of the guy who could throw it, and it paid off.
Yeah, the decision paid off indeed. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. That's complete. It's Elijah Moore. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So 2nd and 4 from the 22.
Wilson will throw again. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson.
So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching the bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a first down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert.
He's airing it out for Williams. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Again, Herbert. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. He's airing it out for Williams. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown.
Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
And I'm telling you, nothing will let up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
And you can see in the next-gen stats, that one at 62 yards in the air.
Touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls at work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
He's got a man, complete.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. In motion goes the tight end. Now Wilson on 1st down. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
And, Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Well, to me, the first thought is you just get after them early, right? Take away any chance of them building any confidence. But the second thing is you prepare a little bit differently. You've got to expect this team to take chances, go for it on 3rd and 4th downs, run a lot of trick plays, anything to try and break their lead.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Chase Edmonds
His second touchdown on the season. And the Broncos have cut it back within a score. McManus's point after is good. And that'll make our score 14-7. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Charger drive about to get going. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give him 12 yards there, and the Chargers have a first down. Back to throw here, Herbert. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Now it's Herbert. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. It's picked up by the Broncos. On the move past the 40. And this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown. Even the great ones, some of the best, they're not immune to the fumble, and here it really hurts them.
If the ball gets away from any runner's body, that's when the defense pokes at it, swipes at it, swats at it, and finds a way to create a big play for themselves.
Extra point from McManus is good, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll go with Lindsey up the middle. And not much here as he'll get into the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. In motion right comes Allen. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder coming up here at halftime, we'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first half highlights and analysis from a back and forth first half that we've seen. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Going to throw on third down with Herbert. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. It's Eckler again. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Here's Herbert. He's got a man complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Herbert now. And that is incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Herbert off of play action. He'll buy some time right. They'll find Everett there, complete. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Here we go on 4th. Herbert dancing to his left. Got a man, it's complete, it's Palmer. They'll head out of bounds inside the 10, mark him down at the 9. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. Herbert being chased out left. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
Now Herbert, 3rd and goal. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
The defense, Charles, they bent a little bit, but they did not break. And then on 3rd and goal there, the huge interception.
Think of the momentum they're carrying with them right now, Brandon, because in their mind, whether they want to admit it or not, They were conceding 3 points. Their goal was to keep them at the end zone, not give up a touchdown. Instead, they give up nothing. What a big-time play and a big-time stop by them.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. 1 second, all that remains. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. And a throw right sideline is complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Wilson. And he comes back with one complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. That's complete to Edmonds, his running back. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. Now Wilson. That's complete. It's Okuwebunam. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Albert Okuwebunam, 45 yards. And the Broncos have taken the lead. McManus's point after is good. And the lead is now 21-14.
Broncos 21, Chargers 14. Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
forced out to his left. Ndamukong Suh with a sack. We've seen that a ton since he entered the league in 2010.
Well, they got the lead, but it's certainly not a big one. And how do you keep control of that lead? Certainly not by that last play there. They gave up a big sack on the first play of this drive. Now it's double the distance to the first down marker.
From his own end zone, Herbert steps away to his left. On Herbert, his third interception. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown.
Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the second half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick six.
Hey, that's a great observation too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime. But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate that those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
This is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Herbert on first down now. This is swung out to Eckler. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. It's his guy on the flank.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Play action. It's Herbert. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 49-yard line.
On second down, Eckler. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
80 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction. Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches.
Once more, here's Eckler. And he'll go down at the 28. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. And this is incomplete.
So it looks like they stopped some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
3rd quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up.
Here's Herbert. It's caught on the right side. Williams. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards.
He was taken down behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard. It's fourth down.
On fourth down, Herbert. It's Williams on the catch. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the fourth down conversion. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Up the middle with Eckler. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Eckler, they run left side. He'll be taken down well behind the line, and I think he might have just given those 4 yards right back. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 10. Oh, he fakes a spike. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby.
And the Broncos will take over here at their own 12-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
Moore, the man in motion. After the interception, here's Wilson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. And, of course, that's not an easy man to sack. You know how elusive he can be trying to get outside of the pocket. That was a great play on the defensive side.
And I wonder what was going through his mind because he didn't seem as committed to using his legs to pick up yardage. He wanted to keep that play alive to either take off and go or throw it away. But he held on to the football and ended up getting sacked.
Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. After the turnover, here's Herbert. Looking left sideline, it's complete.
Now 1st and 10 at the 11.
First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. And that's complete to the right side. It's Allen. Touchdown! Keenan Allen. An 11-yard touchdown.
And the Chargers have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
Taking it about the 1. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
10 yards on the pickup. It's second and inches.
An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock, and this is second and less than a yard. Here's the sneak with Wilson, and he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. First down.
Well, I liked it. Just take the snap, burrow forward, pick up the few inches you need for a first down.
And defensively, I don't think they were expecting that. They looked a little surprised in the middle.
Yeah, a little bit wary there, weren't they? Because that could be a throwaway down where maybe you go play action, fake it, and try and get something big. But instead they said, forget it. Let's just get a first down and start a new set.
That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
Moore, the man in motion. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Wilson
Wilson on the keeper. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a third down. Up the middle, it's Williams.
Yeah, maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line.
That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on third down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right, they need to skim the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Moore, the man in motion. Now Wilson.
And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up third down.
And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. Slot man moves right. Throwing now is Wilson. Buying time to his left. And this one is incomplete. So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one